Good morning everyone and welcome back to Morning Markets here at True Potential. Today we're going to focus in on inflation and the data just released in the UK for the month of September. So welcome back. Now perhaps nothing emphasises the uncertainty in markets right now than this comment from a US Atlanta Fed President Barkin, who yesterday said he doesn't know where interest rates will be in 3 weeks' time, let alone in 3 years' time. And yet he felt the need to comment on current events. So it really emphasises the difficulty policymakers have in this geopolitical environment where price pressures are quite sticky and the need for them to comment on intraday market movements. So let us move into UK inflation, where the economics does matter. So inflation for the month of September came roughly in line with where price pressures were in the month of August. So price pressures remain at around 6.1% for core and 6.6% for headline. Now this may be slightly disappointing for policymakers at the Bank of England, but it's what markets were largely expecting. We're seeing a decline in price pressures in places such as food sectors and also furniture. So in the goods, we're seeing that disinflation come through. But we have, of course, seen volatile components such as petrol prices rise through the end of the summer and into the autumn. And this, of course, is fed through into offsetting some of those disinflation pressures elsewhere. Now, perhaps the main point of interest for the Bank of England will be the move in core inflation, which appears to have stalled at around about 6.1%. And in fact, it's perhaps got a higher bar for base effects to pull this number lower as we go into the end of the year. In fact, next month, we focus in on a big base effect coming from last year's energy price rise. That should actually see headline inflation fall below core inflation. And in fact, headline inflation in the UK may be as low as somewhere between 5.5% or lower percent, whereas core inflation is likely to take longer to fall back towards 2%. In fact, it may take longer to fall back even towards 4%, such as the price pressures globally, which are feeding into this core number here in the UK. So certainly, whilst the Bank of England may not follow through with a final hike at their next monetary policy meeting, yesterday's wage data, which showed wages finally above inflation but at 8%, this together with the core inflation number will weigh on their minds and likely give them some updated language to put to the market next month. So that's all for today. Thank you very much. Please join us again tomorrow where colleagues will update you on further market developments. Take care.